The monument in Kyiv, now known as the Arch of Freedom of the Ukrainian People, is a powerful symbol of the nation's complex history and its fierce determination for independence. Originally erected as the Arch of Friendship of Peoples, it has undergone a radical transformation in both name and meaning, reflecting Ukraine's ongoing struggle to decolonize its public spaces and reject its Soviet past. The story of this monument is a microcosm of Ukraine's journey from forced unity with Russia to a defiant assertion of its own identity in the face of brutal aggression. The monument's origins lie in the heart of the Soviet era, when it was conceived as a grand tribute to the friendship between the Russian and Ukrainian peoples. Built in 1982 to commemorate the 60th anniversary of the formation of the USSR and the 1500th anniversary of Kyiv's founding, its original name was the People's Friendship Arch. Situated on a high point overlooking the Dnieper River in Khreshchaty Park, the monument was a complex of three parts. The most prominent was a giant, 35-meter-high titanium arch, often likened to a rainbow, which dominated the skyline. Beneath the arch was a bronze sculpture of a Russian worker and a Ukrainian worker holding up the Soviet Order of Friendship of Peoples. A third element, a granite stele, depicted the Pereyaslav Council of 1654, an event that, in Soviet historiography, was presented as the reunification of Ukraine with Russia. From its inception, the monument was met with a degree of ambivalence and cynicism by the people of Kyiv. While officially celebrating a supposed friendship, many residents viewed the monument with skepticism, giving it a popular nickname, the Oak, which cleverly subverted its intended meaning. The monument's true purpose was widely understood to be a tool of Soviet propaganda, designed to reinforce the narrative of Ukraine's inseparable bond with its older brother, Russia, and to erase the nation's distinct history and identity. The Pereyaslav Agreement, in particular, was a historical event whose interpretation was manipulated by Moscow to justify centuries of Russian imperial control over Ukraine. After Ukraine gained independence in 1991, the Arch of Friendship of Peoples became a subject of intense public debate and a symbol of the country's complicated relationship with its Soviet legacy. The inscription on the bronze statue celebrating the reunification was removed by activists in the years following independence, but the monument itself remained a prominent, albeit controversial, landmark. It was a visible reminder of a history that many Ukrainians were eager to move past. Over the years, the monument was the site of various protest actions and artistic interventions. For instance, in 2017, for the Eurovision Song Contest, it was temporarily painted in rainbow colors and renamed the Arch of Diversity, to reflect the event's theme, although this move was also met with protest from far-right groups. In 2018, a crack was symbolically painted on the arch to represent the growing rift between Ukraine and Russia following the annexation of Crimea in 2014. These acts showed that the monument was not a static piece of architecture but a canvas for a continuous national conversation. The most dramatic and permanent transformation of the monument came after Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. The war became a powerful catalyst for a nationwide derussification and decolonization campaign, with monuments and street names tied to Russia and the Soviet Union being removed across the country. In April 2022, Kyiv's mayor, Vitaly Klitschko, announced the dismantling of the sculptural group of the two workers under the arch. The removal was a highly symbolic act, with footage showing the head of the Russian worker falling off as the statue was being hoisted down by a crane, an event that was widely interpreted as a sign of the final and permanent end of the so-called friendship. Following this, in May 2022, the Kyiv City Council officially renamed the monument the Arch of Freedom of the Ukrainian People. While the bronze statues have been removed and the monument's name officially changed, the large titanium arch itself remains, stripped of its original, propagandistic meaning. Its new designation as the Arch of Freedom gives it a completely different resonance. The arch, once a symbol of an enforced brotherhood, now stands as a monument to Ukraine's hard-won independence and its enduring struggle for sovereignty. The space, which for decades was a symbol of Soviet domination, is now being reimagined as a tribute to Ukrainian resilience. The decision to keep the arch structure while removing its ideological components reflects a nuanced approach to heritage, one that acknowledges the past while firmly looking toward a future free from Russian influence. The arch is no longer a yoke, but a symbol of freedom, a monument that has been physically and ideologically liberated, much like the nation it represents.